Howdy! How's everybody out there in YouTube land today? I hope this finds you well. Lord have mercy, Matt. We got a few people out there in the chat, looks like. Jim Bashirs is out there. And Steve with Harneal Media is out there. Arlene Adkins is out there. Good to see all of you. Everybody share this thing out.
I didn't see Harneal Media slip in. Hi, Steve.
Yeah, everybody share this out and hit that like button. And maybe we'll have us a giveaway here in a little bit.
Hey, everyone. How is the audio? How is my audio volume compared to Brenda's? Are we about even, Steven? Or let us know, please.
I mean, everybody knows I always sound better than you, but okay.
It's a volume level, not quality. I can't compete with your quality, Brenda.
That's right. Nobody can.
Nor should they try. Trying will result in frustration and soul-crushing defeat.
That's right. That's right. There'll be a new Heifer Haven coming out after a while. I'll say that before I forget it.
I love me some Heifer Havens. Dear Heifer Haven.
Dear Heifer Haven.
Got her horns all polished up, nose pressed against the glass. I'm the biggest Heifer Haven fan.
Well, I mean, you know, she's beautiful. And there ain't no denying that, you know. If you deny that, then you're just in denial. Your name must be Cleopatra.
Yeah. The Nile is not just a river in Egypt.
That's right.
Now she got it.
Oh, man, I tell you what, we're in June now.
Hey, that's my birthday month.
This month is just sailing along. Fast as it can go.
Yep, the sun is staying out longer still. Longer days until the 21st.
Well, I came up with some facts about June. You know, we talk about June all the time, but, you know, everybody knows the first day of summer in the Northern Hemisphere is June the 21st. Mm-hmm. And it says here that if you're born in June, then you're one of two star signs. If you were born before June the 20th, then you're a Gemini. Geminis are said to be passionate, adaptable, and smart. Because they never met you. But it says if you were born on or after the 21st of June, though, then you have the Cancer star sign. Those born under the Cancer star sign are said to be loyal friends with great emotional depth.
Cool.
So there you have it. And then I got another one here. June was apparently not very popular with William Shakespeare, as it was only referenced in two of his famous plays, Cleopatra and Henry IV.
I didn't know someone was monitoring how many times months were referenced.
Apparently.
Okay.
I'd like to know how much they made for that job.
Yeah, sign me up. I'll count the number of times someone mentioned months in their body of work. I'll do that for sure.
I mean, used to, the government would give grants for some of the silliest things you ever heard. I don't know if they still do that or not, but I had a friend that made a lot of money off of grants doing just stupid things.
Like looking up stuff like that.
She would have to do studies like on how fast ketchup would pour out of a bottle. And
oh boy.
Why would you need to know that? You know?
Government's got money to burn.
What's the purpose of that? But yeah.
Did you hear something major happen as far as money is concerned?
Well, there's been a lot of things, but go ahead.
They stopped reporting how much money is being printed. Just stopped. Well, never in the history of our country has that statistic ever not been kept up to date. Because you can see that how much money there is in circulation. Mm-hmm. Because I saw this meme because with cryptocurrency, mm-hmm. The thing about cryptocurrency and blockchain technology is everything's out in the open. Nothing can be hidden. You get the answer pamphlet. Everything. And what they do is they say how many coins were created and how many are in circulation and how many are dormant, blah, 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 blah. They have all these statistics. And they said, don't follow this one coin. They made up the coin. And they're like, so many coins were created and it's, it painted this bleak picture. It goes, oh, wait a minute. That's the US dollar, like punchline. And I was like, oh crap. And then, yeah, you look at the graph because they have it plotted out, and it goes up like this, and it's going up and up and up and up, and then it's like, it's like straight up in the air, and then after it was straight up, it still kept bending upwards. It went like straight up like a straight line, and then went, and then they're like, okay, we better stop reporting this because inflation is coming.
Well, it's here. Have you been to the grocery?
It hasn't even started yet. Everything's going to get more expensive.
Yeah,
everything.
The gas is going sky high. Groceries have gone sky high. Now, talking about the meat shortage. There's no meat shortage. I know a lot of cattle producers that say that the places won't even take their cattle. They have cattle that can be slaughtered and they won't even take them. Yeah, there's no meat shortage. They're all this is just being manufactured, and it's to our demise, is what it is. I feel sorry for folks that don't know how to garden and don't have a pantry supply, because it's going to get tough.
Speaking of gardening and meat, it's the dinner bell for Jim Bashir's. Thanks, Jim. Thanks for stopping by. He might be back. Arlene is here. Hi, Arlene. She has a question. Is Stream Elements like Nightbot?
No. And I can't even tell you what all the differences are because I don't deal with Nightbot. I tried to deal with Nightbot once, and it was just too difficult to get to cooperate. Stream Elements is much easier to deal with than what Nightbot is.
Free. Yeah. Stream Elements is free. You can't even pay them if you wanted to, because it's only a free product.
I think Nightbot's free too, but it's back when I tried to mess with it. I mean, they may have made it easier now, but back when I tried to mess with it, it wasn't cooperative, and it was very difficult to deal with. But Stream Elements is much easier to.
And Stream Elements is a 100% online service. You don't need to install anything, no background applications, or no nothing. Yeah. It's just APIs into YouTube because you grant it those privileges, and then it does its magic. It's great. I normally call it Nightbot.
Yeah, when I tried to mess with it, it just was not cooperative. And I thought, no, I don't have time for this. I need something that'll do what I tell it to do when I tell it to do it, and not give me a bunch of grief. So no, I don't think they're alike at all.
Did you enjoy the holiday weekend?
Was there one?
Yeah, Monday was a holiday.
I mean, to me, since I'm retired, one day of the week is pretty much just like the next. And sometimes it's difficult for me to remember when it's Thursday. To do a show, I have to really keep an eye on the calendar so I don't miss it. It's just one day just runs into the next, and I always have things to do. I don't usually do them.
Well, I'll tell you, I spent 8 hours on the road going back and forth. My son lives about an hour away. 4 times I was at his apartment. He's got a new apartment because he's switching apartments for college. Yeah. And I went down Friday, Saturday, Sunday, skipped Monday, and went down Tuesday. And I've been doing little handyman type things with the apartment because little things need done. And Daddy is a woodworker. And because I craft small items out of wood in my wood shop, that automatically makes me a full construction worker and can do like major house construction projects.
There was a country song in there somewhere about Daddy is a woodworker.
He wanted me to take a door off and then put it in an entryway that has no door. And I'm like, no, like you need to build the door jamb. You need the kick plate. You need that little stopper thing. Like, and then I'm like, a door is a simple mechanism, but it's very precise. Like you've got to, I mean, no, I can't take just that door off the hinge and then put it in an opening and have it work like a door where it would shut and, you'd slam it and it would stop at the closed. Like there was nothing stopping it from over close. I'm like, no, I can't do that. But I was putting shower heads on. I was installing cabinets over the toilet, like to hold the toilet paper. And I was, curtains. Oh, I've hung so many freaking curtains in all of his apartments. Sorry. And then I did, we did install like these like closet accordion doors over this one area that needed a door. And, that was fun. And, my goodness.
Yeah, I've got those accordion door things in my house. I hate them things.
Yeah. He says, Dad, I'm so sorry I have to keep running you down here. I'm like, hey, I'm not complaining. I've never complained for anything like that. Even when he was learning how to drive, because, you have to drive with a parent in the car when you're on a learner's permit. And he would run around and run around and run around. He says, Dad, I'm so sorry. I'm dragging. I'm like, I'm not complaining. I enjoy the time with them. Oh, and he lost his keys. That's what I had to do Tuesday. I had to run the spare key down to him because you know what happens when you lose your key? You can't use your car. Like the car won't work without a key. And he's like, I think it fell out of my pocket into the trunk. And then they closed the trunk and then the car auto locked. Because he looked in the car like through the windows and he couldn't see it. And then we got in there and it was not in the trunk. He lost them. Just lost them. So I ordered some of the air tags from Apple, as you can put them on a key ring and then it tells you where the air tag is. And so I ordered those and they're leaving Shenzhen, China. It's cleared customs and I should get them in about a week. So gotta keep, I'm like, my goodness. Boy.
They probably fell in a box. He's been over a box someplace and they fell in and he'll find them when he least expects it months from now.
Yeah. He's like, I think they might be in your car because him and I were driving to Home Depot and I got tired of driving. I'm like, you drive my car. And he thinks it was in my car. I tore my car apart. It's not in my car. He was driving my wife's car. She tore her car apart. It's not in there. They tore the bed apart. They turned every pair of pants pockets inside out looking for these keys. They're just nowhere.
See, now in my car, I don't have keys. You got a fob.
Right.
And then there's this thing that kind of looks like a key on the fob that there's no place to put it because there's no keyhole anywhere, but you just push a button, to unlock stuff. And when you go to start the car, you push a button to start the car. And the hardest part of that is you got to remember when you push the button, you got to have your foot on the brake. I'm still having trouble with that.
Oh, no.
Because you have to have your foot on the brake for the car to start.
Right.
So I'll get in the car and I'll push the button and it won't start. And then I say some words that I probably shouldn't say. And then I realized that I should have put my foot on the brake to get the car started. I say a few more words that I probably shouldn't say.
Arlene's having technical difficulties, Brenda. I think I need to share my screen.
Okay.
All right. After I click 100 buttons, there we go. She says she cannot get notifications to work on my Awesome with Things channel.
Well, when you click the bell, you get a little menu that pops down there.
Yeah. See, now let me go incognito here.
And you got to tell it which ones you want to be notified on. You can tell it if you want all of them notified or you want some of them notified.
So you come here. It's kind of make me sign in. Hold on. Let me see if I'm.
Well, show her on my channel.
I'm logged into you. Let Let me go to awesome money things and I'll go. There we go. Here's how you do it. So you come here. Now I'm subscribed. Now see the bell. That bell has options. And you want to click the all. The all item.
Personalized or none.
Right there. So that's.
See, they keep trying to make this easier for us. They're easier for us is not necessarily easier for us.
Exactly. So, Arlene, I hope that works for you. Other than that, when I click the bell, it says this action is turned off. What? It says content is for kids. Oh. What? That doesn't make sense. Content is for kids. That might be a glitch. Hopefully.
You know, which one is it? All things YouTube that you're trying to get into?
Awesome Wood Things, she said.
Awesome Wood Things. Okay, well let me take a look here.
Well, the thing is, see
if it does it on mine.
Your channel isn't set to kids. It is
No, it gives me all personalized or none. So it's not doing that for mine.
It might be something. I'm sharing my screen again. We can maybe figure this out. So I can go into settings, channel settings, advanced. Where is the thing where it says kids or not? Community?
That's up there on one of the first couple pages, I think.
Audience. No, this channel is not made for kids. That's what it's set to. What did she say? She says content is made for content. Is it talking about a particular video? Are you trying to watch a particular video? Because I can go to.
Well, she should be trying to hit the bell on your page, not on a video. You know, she's on your channel.
Individual videos are no, it's not made for kids. Arlene, well, I'm not sure what you're dealing with there.
Jim Bashir says it's the get off my lawn button, Matt.
Darn you kids.
Now that'd be a button over on my channel.
I saw a news snippet where Pizza Hut employees confronted a masked robber.
Yeah.
And they took the mask off and it was their old employer. And the meme caption was Scooby-Doo in real life. You know, it's Old Man Jones. Oh my. Well, Arlene, thank you for bringing that to my attention. I'm sorry, I don't know what might be happening to you. Maybe log out of YouTube and log back in. Like log out of your Google account and log back into your Google account and then try it.
Or restart the computer so everything resets.
Yeah.
I found that works on occasion when I have things going cattywampus. If I just shut the computer off, give it a minute, turn everything back on, and then everything just resets. And
it's called turn it off and back on again.
Yeah.
Oh, my. So, yeah, I got to see my son an awful lot and his roommates because now there are 5 people living in his apartment, him and his girlfriend and 3 other roommates. And all 3 of the roommates are women. I'm like, why are you living in a house full of women? Nope, I want to. I'm like, oh.
Well, maybe he's got a secret he don't want to share with you.
Well,
did you check his closet?
Oh no.
See what kind of clothes he's wearing in the evening? Maybe there's, other stories to be told there. Like father, like son.
Now, Jim, you don't need to go there, Jim. They're very nice.
Oh my. I mean, these days, you can't be too sure. Like, when I called the cops about these kids, they asked me, well, how many was boys and how many was girls? And I said, how do you tell?
Yeah.
I said, near as I can tell, there was one girl and 3 boys, but I could be wrong. And the dispatcher was laughing.
Do you remember Night Court? You were talking about old time TV. Night Court. Did you ever watch that?
Oh yeah.
There was the one episode where there's a breezeway, and then there's in men's room, women's room. You got to like walk past the opening and then choose the door you want. And then it was the lawyer and then the bailiff were there, and they would say, girl, guy, and then they'd see which room he would go in, and then the one would pay off the losing bet, and they were just like, people were coming and they were taking bets on it. It was a guy or a girl.
Yep.
Good show.
That's what my dad used to say back in the 70s, when I was a teenager, and if a fella showed up with hair that was over his ears, my dad would just have fit. He threatened to cut their hair and had cow clippers down in the barn and this and that. And he'd look at me and says, are you sure you're going out with a fella? Because you have to prove it to me.
Oh.
Yep. So, this day and age, you can't be too sure. You can think but that doesn't make it so.
I love the boy no matter what, but I highly doubt it's going down that path, because he was breaking some hearts left and right a few years ago.
Well, now I'll tell you a little story. When I was in high school, and I graduated high school, there was a fella in my class that ran around graduation night kissing all the girls in the class. And then a few years later, he'd been to Cleveland Clinic and had an operation and had taken some hormone pills, and now he's no longer he.
Wow.
So just because they start out on the right path don't mean they won't change their ways.
Well, that's some good advice, and we'll see how that plays out. That's all I can say.
I mean, he comes over to your house someday in heels and a dress.
Okay, cool. Well, I mean, hey, sorry, I'm trying to make sure I was checking the sound on the live stream. I'm just
with a brand new pair of shiny new Hooters.
I hope I never have to go into the hospital again, and it spans a Thursday.
Well, see, you got broke in early with the way I do things.
Yeah, the way you do things is code for mental torture.
Some people, they have to wait a while before they really get broke in, but other people get it early on, and you just got it early on.
Arlene says there's a person on YouTube. Their name doesn't indicate him or her, and I can't tell by the voice or face, so I just use the word. I just word things very carefully. Yeah, no pronouns. just say this name, that, this name, this. Chris, like say the name was Chris, because that could go either way. It's like, oh, Chris is great. Oh, I like Chris. Oh, I didn't like that one episode, Chris. You don't say here, or her.
They, them.
See, Pat, there it is. Pat, do you remember Saturday Night Live? They had the androgynous character. His name was Pat. And then Dana Carvey made a cameo on that sketch, and his name was Chris, and he was androgynous too. So there was the androgynous Pat and androgynous Chris.
Was Pat's last name McGroin?
Arlene says Matt goes to the hospital for a test or something. The nurse grins and asks about his shiny new. I paid a lot of money for those. See, there's a Stream Element bot saying support Matt's channel. Yep.
I got it all set up. Lord, I set that up so long ago. That's when we first started doing the channel, and I haven't done anything with it since, and I don't even know if I'd remember how to do it now.
Yeah. I remember the bot used to put in a link to my channel, but it was a link to search results of Awesome Wood Pigs. It wasn't even a link to the channel. Like, hey, can you change that to the right channel?
I think that's the last time I've been over there and done anything with it. That was forever ago.
Hey, congratulations, Brenda. You put your Facebook group in the video description.
I was wondering if you noticed that.
I did notice, yes.
How many likes do you put on this?
At least one.
Okay. You sure?
I was right before we came on the air. So this
well, then I guess you get one of these.
That was easy.
It's the Heifer Havens that count. I like to put my thumbs up on the Heifer Havens.
Yeah, Heifer, I don't know, because summertime now, the views are falling off on Heifer. Is everybody just getting tired of Heifer?
That shouldn't deter you. Just keep going. Keep going. Things kind of take a dip in the summertime, but that's fine. They'll be there for the back catalog.
I have people that come in, after maybe they've missed several of them, and then they'll do, I want to say an evening of Heifer Haven, but shoot, they're only 1 or 2 minutes long, so maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's hard to binge watch Heifer Haven because
yeah. See, the thing about YouTube is it's a viewing experience. It's not just one video. YouTube's never just one video. You have to think about your own whole catalog, and that's
Arlene said that she unsubbed, refreshed, and resubbed, and got the bell notifications.
See, sometimes you got to bang away at it. You got to bang away at it until the system does what you want it to do.
That's what I used to tell my husband. But considering 2 of them are exes and one's dead, they didn't do a very good job.
Oh, my. BrendaG.
Oh, mercy. How many people we got in the room? 5? Lord have mercy. Has everybody shared this thing out? I sent out all kinds of notifications on this. Now, look, I know it's summertime, but I do a giveaway every week on here, and you'd think that folks start showing up, at least for the giveaway, see if they can win something. People like free stuff, don't they?
They do like free stuff.
Everybody get in here and let's see if we can't give something away.
I'll have some new giveaways here soon. Did I tell you about the lined journal book that I created?
You told me that you had made up a journal.
Yeah. I published a little journal.
You told me the name of it, and I told you the name of what I'd name mine. And
I watched one of those videos on how to quickly get a book up on Amazon for sale.
Now, I have made journals, but when I make mine, I do mine all homemade, handcrafted, paper and all. I handcraft the paper.
Well, Jimmy DeResta, the big maker in the maker community, he teaches classes at college, or at least he used to. And one of his lessons was bookbinding.
Mm-hmm.
By hand, you could stitch them together and then, put the spine in and put the, and that's a big part of being a maker. Yeah. But my son got commissioned to write a book this week, says Jim Bashir's. Cool. So anyway, I made a neat little journal, and I think I'm gonna, give them away here and there, and people who might want them.
One of the things that I was going to do this summer, if I can ever get done with this house, is that I've got all my stuff out, ready to go, to make enough paper to do a journal. Hell, I could make enough paper to do a dozen journals or more, as much stuff as I've got laid up. But I wanted to do some homemade, handcrafted journals, and
that'd be fun.
See if anybody was interested in some of them.
Arlene's talking about. I'm going to open my window. I'm going to stand up a little bit. Getting hot in here. Getting hot in here.
You'll have the neighborhood kids throwing things in the window at you. I'll send some of mine over to you.
You can keep those hooligans.
I'd like to shove them in a box and send them somewhere. I don't think I would. Lord have mercy.
Get any more people?
Oh, we're still at 5.
Still at 5. Okay.
We need some more people in here. I like to get about 10 to, give everybody a good shot at trying to win some stuff.
Look at Arlene's comment. She says, I love making journals, but I don't make paper anymore. Just use recycled stuff. Did you used to make paper, your own paper?
Mm-hmm.
That seems like a long, complicated process.
No, well, it's not really a long, complicated process. Well, in a way it is, but it's more messy than anything else is what I found with it. Because you got this big old tub of water, and then you got to make your pulp, and then you got to strain the pulp. And water's going everywhere while you're doing this. So I have to do this out on the patio. I cannot have this in my house. I have everything in the house soaked. So I do it outside. And then once you get it strained, then you have this special stuff that you put on both sides of it to soak up the excess water and dry it out some. And then you got, I iron mine to get all the water out of it, because I don't want it to mold or cause any issues. And if you put anything else in your pulp, then you got that to deal with, whether you're dealing with botanicals or glitter or, whatever else that you're putting in the pulp. So, yeah. And grinding up all the pulp, because there's water involved in that too.
Jim Bashir says you need to go to a paper mill if you think making it at home is messy. My wife's father worked at the paper mill, and she lived next to the paper mill in Spring Grove. If you ever were in Spring Grove, Pennsylvania, they call it Stinky Town because it smells. Paper manufacturing is a smelly process. And sometimes if it's raining and the wind catches it right, it'll go all the way into Hanover. Like it'll go in a couple towns over. The smell. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I never found it making homemade paper smelled that bad, but you're not doing it like day in and day out either, and it's just a small batch. And when you get done, you're pouring the water out, not letting it build up. So that could be the difference. But I like making homemade paper. It's so pretty, I think, compared to, notebook paper. The edges are kind of ragged and jagged, and it's got a better texture to it than the paper that you buy at the store.
What's the difference between paper and papyrus?
Well, papyrus would be made from a botanical. That's a reed, and so you'd be getting your pulp from the reed. I guess you'd have to smash it, to turn it into a pulp.
Because papyrus will last centuries.
But when I make homemade paper, what I generally make it from is I take that brown paper that you get in your Amazon boxes, or whoever you're ordering stuff from, they put that packing paper in, and I shred that, and then I'll add like a cotton fiber, a white cotton fiber to it, so it has a little bit of color, between the white and the brown. And then sometimes I'll put some glitter in it, or maybe I'll just add some botanicals to it, some dried flowers, or something like that, and press it all in real good. And it's a lot different than what you see anything at the store. You can't go buy something like that at the Walmart or the stationery store.
Gotcha. I love that packing paper. I always save it, and I use it for spray painting or applying finish, or doing anything messy.
Yeah, I do too. I save all of it. I've got about 6 boxes of it out on the patio right now, full of packing paper. And other people give it to me because they know I use it for all kinds of stuff, and I spread it out if I'm doing any painting. And anything that's messy. Gluing is another one. Anything that's going to be making a mess, I spread that paper out on my workbench and use it that way. And then when I get ready to make paper, I just start tearing it up, shredding it up.
Nope, I like it. It's a good packing material. It's better than those air bubbles, which are hard to store. Like, I just always poke holes in it and throw those out. But I do, if I have to send something back, I'll use that paper first, crumple it up. Yeah. That's the way I do it.
Yeah. I use it in packing stuff, and I use it to wrap boxes and stuff in. Before I take them to the post office, I use it for all kinds of stuff around here. It comes in handy. Excellent. I try not to let much go to waste, even bubble wrap, or, anything that comes in any kind of packages. I try to reuse it. The only thing that I don't use is, those bubble things that come in a roll, those great big old square things.
Yep.
I just pop them suckers and roll that stuff up and throw it in the trash, because they're too hard to store, take up too much room. Go to yard sale, get a blender and some chlorine bleach and sodium sulfate at the pool store. You basically have a paper mill when you're done. Well, I've got a blender. I use a blender, but I don't use bleach or sodium sulfate, any of that kind of stuff. I just use water. I guess if you wanted to turn it white, you could use bleach. What's the sodium sulfate supposed to do for it?
It's a bisulfate, whatever that is. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's like a sticking agent. Acid salt formed by partial neutralization of sulfuric acid by an equivalent of sodium base, typically in the form of either sodium hydroxide, lye. I guess it's like lye. Who knows?
It'd be another bleaching agent, I guess. If you wanted white paper, it says, sorry, bisulfate, it takes out the chlorine.
So you add chlorine and then you take out the chlorine. Why don't you just skip it all together?
Yeah, why don't you just use water?
Gotcha. There's a paper mill in Clayettville, Georgia, just south of Valdosta. I bet you it's stinky.
He says the chlorine turns the paper or wood into pulp. Well, so does the blender. I tear up the paper, put some water in there, turn the blender on, and it comes out in pulp. Arlene says, I separate those packing balloons, use them as little baggies for food waste that can't be composted. Well, I just throw all the food waste in the garbage and throw it out to the alley for the trash man to haul off.
She also said she takes the packing paper and makes 50 craft booklets for VBS. Kids love them. So are the pages of the booklet the brown packing material, or is that just like a jacket for the book?
Remember when we were kids? Well, you might not have done it. This might be back in my era, but we used to take brown paper bags from the grocery store and make covers for all of our school books.
We did that. Yes, I did that too.
You could write on those paper bags on your books and have everybody sign them, get everybody's autograph, and you could draw pictures on it and all that without messing up your school books.
We did that. Yes,
I wonder if they do that anymore. Since there's no paper bags, you can't do that with the plastic Walmart bag.
No, you can't. And
I know a few kids, I'd like to take a Walmart bag and just tie it over their head.
Jim, yeah. Now, easy now. Jim says white paper is the hardest color to make. Okay.
Couldn't you just tie it around their neck and then draw some eyeballs on it and tell them it's their Halloween costume?
Niantic River Wood Crafting with Chris Nealon is here. Hello, hello.
There's a James in there.
Good to have Chris in the house.
Are we talking about Jim Bashir's? Jim Bashir's been coming and going like he don't know which way the door flies.
Oh, Jimbo slipped in here. Okay.
Oh, Jimbo's in there? Hey, Jimbo.
Oh, he's the one that talked about the Clayettville. Sorry, Jimbo. I read your what you wrote, but I didn't say who you were. But I see you now, Jimbo. Glad you're here.
I can't hardly read the chat tonight. My eyes have just been a big mess. It rained yesterday and this morning as hard as it could rain. And I don't know if it stirred up whatever my allergy is or what it is, but my eyes this afternoon have just been a royal mess. I feel like I need to pop them out of my head and give them a good soak and pop them back in again.
Well, good luck with that. I would not recommend that activity.
Last time I was to the eye doctor, he said, "What are we going to do with you?" I said, "Can we just take them out?"
Then he wouldn't have any jobs to do for you.
And he says, "No, I don't think we can do that."
I bought another pair of glasses that will look identical to this, but they will only be my far away vision. They're not going to be bifocals. These are calculated for the computer screen.
I can see far away fine. I don't have an issue with the far away. It's the close up and the reading stuff that gives me problems. And he told me, he says, "You need to take yourself down to the pharmacy and get you some readers." He says, "Because of your birthday." And he looked at him like deer in the headlights, and I said, "My birthday?" And he says, "You've had a lot of them." And I said, "I collect them." I said, "Well, it's nice to collect them, but there's things that start to go the more of them you collect."
I need to redo my birthday because I had my 50th on the year that shall not be named. So I need to redo my 50th birthday. Figure out what should I do. What should I do for my second time around? Second attempt.
This is the first anniversary of your 50th birthday.
Yeah.
You'll be doing like I do. So many anniversaries of the 29th. That 25th birthday was the hard one for me. I mean, have you had any that's been just really hard for you to suck it up and believe that you got that old? I mean, I look back on it now and I laugh. I think, yeah, 25, shoot. It's still wet behind the ears.
Well, first time I got a whiff of it, I was at the eye doctor. And the guy said, blah, 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 because of your age. I was like, the fuck you say? He's like, "Sir, you're 45. This was when I was 45 at the time. I'm like, "So? Well, shit starts to break down." I'm like, "Oh, really?" Now I'm 6 years older than that. And anyway.
Yeah, the older you get, the more of it breaks down too.
Believe me.
See, now, young people don't understand that when they're talking to older people too. Young people think that they can talk to older people just like they do people their age or younger, and it don't work that way, because when we're older, we don't have the patience that we used to have. And we might not be able to fight you. So we'll just kill you. We don't mess around. We just take you out. That's it.
Yeah.
And we don't fuss about it. We just take care of business. Like that cop that was here last week. He's a young guy. And kids will be kids. I want to see him get to be my age and say that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Have him screaming outside his window and throwing stuff up against his house and trashing his yard. Let's see what he has to say about it then when it hurts him to go out there, or it hurts his back and his legs to have to pick up after him and clean up after him and listen to all that. Yeah. And listen to the excuses. He said, they came to apologize to you. And I said, with the bucket of excuses they gave me, that was an apology? Really? And I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, you're just a baby yourself. You ain't been out of grade school that long, son. And here you are making excuses for your compadres.
Your compadre, yeah, the neighborhood kids are the compadres. That's funny. See, Chris Nealon's got the right idea. He says, I'm almost 63 and can still outlift most 30-year-olds. It just hurts more the next day.
That's right.
That last part, that's the first realization I had. I'm like, oh, things take longer to heal. I'm like, my leg's a little sore. Well, that was 4 days ago. It's still a little sore.
Yeah. Well, I will get these urges that, okay, I'm going to do this in the house. I'm going to clean this room. I'm going to do this. I'm going to climb this ladder. I'm going to, take this up the stairs, bring that down the stairs, pieces of furniture, and all this. And I may get froggy enough to get some of that done. But then I've got another list for the next day, usually the stuff that I didn't get done that day. And I ain't going to get it done for at least a week because I'm too busy with the BrendaG and the pain pills and trying to get up off the couch or out of the chair or out of the bed.
Didn't you tell me you have a lazy Susan on your nightstand with all these balms and oils and lotions and just to try to
we play spin the wheel.
We'll try this magic ointment today. See how I feel.
Some people watch game shows. I don't need no game show. I got the lazy Susan on the nightstand. We'll just spin that sucker for all it's worth and see what flies off. That's what we're going to rub on the sore spot today.
Wow.
But yeah, I did not have appreciation for this when I was a young person. And I can remember my granny being up in her 80s. And I was junior high school. And she would moan and groan trying to get up and down out of the chair. And here she was with horse liniment and all these concoctions and stuff that she made to rub on. She swore by using rubbing alcohol, and she would take a bottle of Bear aspirin and dissolve the Bear aspirin in a bottle of alcohol. And then she would rub that on her knees because her knees hurt so bad. And she'd wrap an old T-shirt around her legs to hold that into the joint. And she swore by that helping. She also used Watkins horse liniment. And her house smelled of horse liniment. Now, if I get anywhere around Watkins horse liniment, the first thing I think about is Granny's house, But I can remember as a kid telling her, if you get up and you'd move a little bit more, if you would, she walked humped over because she sat in her chair, either knitting or she would quilt, and so she walked all humped over from sitting like that. I said, if you get up and move a little bit more and stretch your body out more, and maybe get up against a wall and press your back up against the wall, and stretch your back out, you probably wouldn't be hurting so bad. And I look back on that now and I thought she should have just knocked my head clean off. Because I know now how much she had to be hurting. I didn't as a kid.
Yeah.
But I do now. And I think, Lord, I had no idea the pain that poor old lady was going through.
my grandparents, we were never allowed to touch the piano because Papaw's ears would ring. Like he couldn't take the loud noise. I'm like, what the hell is that all about? I'm like, oh, now I got it. Loud noises drive me nuts. I can't take it. Can't take it. I'm like, I get it. I get it.
Had to sneak up on me. I had to mute.
Gotcha.
It's part of these allergies catching up to me. Well, it looks like we got 7 people in the room. Is that what your screen says?
It says 7.
Well, then why don't we try to do a giveaway? What'd you say?
We can do that.
All right. Well, you want to give the spiel?
All right, folks. We're doing a giveaway. Oh, and Luann's here just in time. Hello, hello. All right. You will want to make sure the playhead's all the way forward. You're not behind time. We're going to do something all at the same time, and you don't want to be delayed because the streaming video is buffering. So no buffering. Brenda wrote down a number on a piece of paper. She's going to tell you the word go, and then you're going to guess that number. Do not guess before she says go, and only guess once. If you guess the number exactly right, you will win one of 4 prizes that she'll show you after the winner is chosen. And the American Wanderer is here as well. We're up to 8. Woohoo! We're just getting ready to do a giveaway. So you can go for the bonus prize because when she writes the number, she will write it out as a word. She won't do digits. She'll spell it out with characters. And she will go crazy on the capitalization because she knows I'm a publishing professional and I can't stand improper capitalization. So as another way to put a dig into me, she overcapitalizes things or undercapitalizes things. And your second guess is the number of capitals. So you would type a digit, a slash, and then a smaller digit for the number of capitals. And you could win a bonus prize. If you don't live in the lower 48 states of the United States, you can opt to pay the shipping because that's expensive and Brenda's on a fixed income. Super chats help fund this endeavor, by the way, and super stickers. And if you don't live in the lower 48 states and you live abroad, you can still win, but then re-gift it to someone of your choosing in the chat. So there's 2 options if you don't live in lower. If you live in lower 48 states in America, then it's free shipping on Brenda. And I think that's the spiel. American Wanderer, don't guess yet. Don't guess yet.
You don't know what the range is yet.
What's the range, Brenda? What should they pick a number between?
Okay,
what and what?
Pick a number between 50 and 59.
Okay, when you're ready.
Go.
All right, between 50 and 59. It could be exactly 50. It could be exactly 59 or anything in between. Guess once. And then put the slash and then the number of capitals for the second. All right, numbers are coming in. Got 2 guesses, 3 guesses.
What's Arlene got on there?
53.
We got a winner.
Arlene, you are the winner. 53, and there are 5 capital. She got the bonus too, Brenda. Arlene, you won, and you won the bonus. Congratulations. Everyone else, thank you for playing along. We're sorry you couldn't all win. But wow, Arlene, you nailed it.
Okay. I'm going to give her a choice of 4 prizes. She can pick the one she wants. We've got a dragon's eye pendant. It's a light green dragon's eye pendant. Or we've got, let's see, we got a dream catcher that I made. Good. There's a dream catcher. It's got blue feathers on it. We've got, let's see, I've got the box that I decorated with the Sodusto from Shelley Cole's recipe. Little doves and a heart on there.
Nice.
Let's see. I've got a necklace. There's another one of these I call them the charm necklaces. They got all kinds of little charms and baubles and stones and stuff on them. This one is a tan color leather with chain. So I've got that. So let's see. That's four items right there. Which one interests you, Arlene?
And the bonus.
And the bonus will be, I don't think she has one of these. If you have one, I'll come up with something else for you.
She says necklace, please.
Okay, she wants the necklace. And the bonus is one of these pedometers, I guess you call them, that you
Right.
hook on.
To count your steps? Yes.
Yeah, count steps. Or if you'd like something else, I can come up with something else here.
All right.
I don't know what, but I'll come up with something. Oh, I know what. I've got a charm that you can hang off your journals or off of your, there's a little charm that I made. Hang it off your purse.
Very nice.
So,
okay, so Arlene, if you could give Brenda your mailing address through Messenger, that would be good for her to have since.
And tell me which item you want as your bonus.
Good deal. All right. Brenda, thank you for doing that for the community. This is
okay. She wants the charm and the necklace.
Excellent.
All right. I'll get that out to you tomorrow. Give me your address again, please, in Messenger, so I don't have to dig for it. And that's all set to go.
Nice.
Thanks, everybody, for playing.
Woohoo.
You never know what I'm going to come up with. I've been going through the house, cleaning stuff up. You know, I've got just piles of stuff that I can offer up.
Hey, well, that's good. You know, you're reducing your inventory and you're keeping the post office happy. You know, hey, you're part of the engine that makes America work, Brandon. We're at the top of the hour. Look at that. We went a whole hour, and it's getting hot in here. It's almost 80 degrees in my office because all these lights.
Well, you know what that means.
What does that mean?
Time for you to take off your clothes. And that how that song goes?
It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. This is how it goes. Brenda, pop culture reference. Good on you. Look at that. You get a thumbs up for that one.
Say, I might be old, but I'm not entirely out of touch. It scares people when I get in touch, you know. Reach out and touch someone. I can do that with my cane.
I got a little Black Panther.
Yeah. What's that do for you?
Well, I got this from the school district because the mascot is a Black Panther in my school district. And the students put that together for the board members as a gift for all the board members. And it was in a basket full of goodies. And I still got it. It fell
I like
off
basket full of goodies. I love it when people send me baskets full of goodies.
Yeah, yeah.
So if anybody needs my address, just let me know. I'll be happy to give it to you. Send me a basket full of goodies.
Send you the journal when they finally print it. It takes a while for print on demand to actually get.
What's the name of it? Tell everybody what the name of your journal is.
Where Troubles Melt Like Lemon Drops Journal. That's the name of the journal.
I don't think I can tell them what I was going to name mine. They could just use their imagination.
Hey, Arlene also had a Black Panther in her school district as well.
We were just called the Panthers.
Okay.
In my school district, just Panthers.
I'm so thankful they chose Panther because we have a railroad station in our town. And they were trying, years ago, 100 years ago, they were trying to do a train mascot. And they were like, no. Like, thank goodness it's not a train mascot and it's something with claws and teeth.
They'd be calling you the woo-woos or the choo-choos.
Oh, man. There's a school mascot here called the Bubblers. And it's a bubble. The bubble is the mascot. That's so dumb. Boiling Springs. Boiling Springs is a town in Pennsylvania, and they have a school, and the school mascot is a bubble. How can you get behind a freaking bubble?
What kind of cheer would go with that?
Something with the term bubble butt.
Where the bubbles come and pop us.
We were the Lenore City Panthers. Nice.
Yeah, I'd say that, I'm kind of one of those people without a country anymore, because the school that I went to, the high school I went to, they tore it down, built a new school, and changed the name. It used to be Twin Valley North, and now it's Tri-County North. And then the vocational school that I went to, they changed the name of that. It was the Montgomery County Joint Vocational School when I went there, and I forget what they changed the name to. But I'm like, Lord have mercy, they just up and changed the name on everything without any real good reason for it.
Crazy. Yeah, now, I don't live in the town where I went to school. I live in a different town. But the town that I grew up in, my friend's brother is a school board member. And they were going to tear down the school and build a new one. And they were doing the final walkthrough. And there was still student artwork on the wall. And one of the pieces of artwork said Matt Haas on it. He yanked it off the wall because the bulldozers were going to come in. And he gave it to me, and it was my piece of art. I had a piece of art hanging in the high school since 1988. I graduated in 88. It says Matt Haas 1988 on it, and it has my artwork. And it hung on the wall for decades. And then he gave it to me. I have it. I drew artwork of money. But it wasn't just a bill. It was the objects on the bill. And I looked at the serial number of the bill because I drew the serial number on there. It was 6969696969.
Now, I didn't draw like any pictures on the walls at the school, but I did leave some poetry on the bathroom wall.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
But I didn't sign it.
There once was a girl from Nantucket.
I was pretty good with poetry when I was in school.
Jim Bashir's Matt's polar bear in a snowstorm was awesome. Just a white sheet of paper. Oh, Arlene's got to go. Dinner time.
All right, Arlene. Thanks for playing. I'll if you send me your email there you send me your mailing address there on Messenger. I'll get this out to you in the morning. Yeah, mine would usually start here. I said all brokenhearted.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Well, I think we're just going to call it a night. I thank everybody for coming. I hope you had a good time. Come back next week and we'll have another giveaway. And I hope everybody gets June started off on the right foot and enjoys everything. Matt's going to have a show on All Things YouTube next Monday evening. And so everybody jump up and down for that. We've got Heifer Haven coming out tonight. As far as I know, I think Russell's going to have a show Saturday night. So everybody come over to Simply Wooden Creation Saturday night and see what we got in store over there. We had a contest over there last week and had some good things come in. I will show you one thing for anybody that happens to be left. We still got a few people out there. But here was my entry.
Oh, look at that.
The box I decorated. You know how I like to decorate boxes. Three-dimensional. Right. They're on the top. It's got little bugs, beetle bugs on there. And those are made from aluminum pop can bottoms. You know how
What?
the bottom of your aluminum pop can is convex.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
So I cut the bottoms out of the aluminum pop cans, painted them, put some
Isn't that
antennas on them,
something? I
and
like it.
put that on a box. So you never know what I'm liable to come up with.
I like it a lot. Do you have any of those coasters with those colorful oil?
No, those are gone. However, I do have some more tiles coming in, so I'll be painting up some more of those pretty soon. And we'll get some more of those up for the giveaway. Maybe put some on Etsy, and get some more of those tile coasters going.
Let me know when they hit Etsy.
Okay.
I'll put an order in for some. Those are
okay.
Neat. I like the super colorful ones.
All right. We can do that. Not a problem.
Nice.
I hope everybody had a good time, and we will see y'all back here, Lord willing, Creeks Don't Rise, next Thursday. Bye, everybody.
Bye.